can give introduction.
Sorry, ma'am.
Hello?
No. ठीक है बस खाली
Shiba ma'am, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
Okay. Shafi sir will be starting.
Yes, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Speaker, Dr. Shafi Pathan sir. As we have earlier also stated on time, and it is compulsory join the session daily on time. Test will be conducted on the final day, as we have earlier also stated. The daily feedback links we are posting in the chat box, so kindly feel that feedback when it is there given, and kindly remain muted during this session, as well as monitor that the video is also not you can post the queries in the chat box. So
Chaitali ma'am, you are facing some network issue. Your voice is not clear.
we are having with us our eminent. I'm very privileged to introduce him. So, can you proceed then? If am I audible?
Now, yes, you are audible.
So, shall I continue?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
please.
Yes, ma'am. You continue.
Okay. I'm Dr. Chaitrali Chaudhary. I'm the coordinator for this FDP, along with my co-coordinator, Dr. Rakhi Akhre Madam, as well as co-convener Dr. Shiba Ma'am. Welcoming all the participants as well as our esteemed guests to this FDP. Uh, we have with us Dr. Shafi Pathan. Sir, he is a principal at Ahmed Sabu Siddiqui College of Engineering at Mumbai, and he has with the objective to utilize his skills and abilities. He is offering his all the knowledge as well as expertise, and he is always being resourceful, and he likes to be innovative and offering all his services to the academics in various ways. He has his publications in various chapters, book chapters. He has published around 8 book chapters are there. Book publications, there are also more than 8 books he has published. He has a number of copyrights as well as patents, and he has paper publications in national, international conferences, journals. Around over 79 publications are there in reputed conferences and journals, which are indexed, highly indexed conferences and journals. He has an experience to work as a session chair for over 30 conferences he has session, and he has also an experience in as a guest lecturer. He has delivered talks in various seminars as well as FTPs, workshops, etc. He is a life member of professional bodies like IST, CSI, IEEE, and so on. So there is means many his contributions are there in this academics, which are there to be mentioned. and so we have such a eminent personality to share his knowledge and expertise with us today. So I'll request all the participants to um, listen properly and gain the knowledge, as well as you can ask your queries if any. Whenever they are there, you can either unmute or you can post your queries in the chat box. So we can start today's session. So thank you very much. Sir, kindly proceed.
Thank you, Chetrali ma'am, for nice introduction.
Thank
Please
you.
allow me to share. You need to
Yes.
now. Is my PPT visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Acha. Before starting, first of all, I am very thankful to management of Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering for considering as a resource person for this workshop. Whatever we have learned, sharing that knowledge with the peers, it is always a joyful experience for any teachers. I'm taking that. I'm again thankful to your principal, principal Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering, Dr. Subhash Shinde, who has given me opportunity to interact with you. And today we'll start with the basic and
Sir,
fundamental.
excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yes,
can you put it in full screen because side it is showing next slide and all, so it is not on full screen mode, I suppose.
it is not full screen mode. Uh,
So the next slide is showing on right hand side.
right hand side it is
Sir, you
showing.
can share entire screen and put it in PPT mode, then it will be
Then
okay.
one
Yeah,
thing I will do.
yeah.
One minute. I will open just PDF also I have created, so it is better. Go for PDF. Hmm. Now is it okay?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it
But some patches are there. I think it should be okay. Yeah, now it is full screen, but
what patches?
sir, some gray color rectangles are appearing over your slide. It is in full screen now.
Uh,
Yeah, but some patches are there, rectangular, over the screen.
so can we go with this or then
We can proceed with this, not an issue. Maybe, I don't know, it won't be covering the text, then it will be fine. Because it is on right hand side, it is showing that gray color one rectangle portion is there.
1 minute, ma'am. Now it is showing.
Um, so that portion is still there. Now it's gone. Yeah, you can proceed. Yeah.
Chart is also open in my PPT. I am putting this so that it will be visible to me. 1 minute, I will do one thing. Chart, fine. Okay.
Now it is fine, sir. You can proceed.
Hmm. So today it is a era of basically two things are dominating in as far as technology is concerned in computing. One is AI, artificial intelligence and neural network, AI, data science. They more or less come under the same vertical, and then comes cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is very important because we are in the networking world where we wish to be connected with everyone, fine, and at the same time we want that our privacy should be maintained. So that is the thing where cybersecurity comes into the pictures, right? This talks about cyber physical system, and then comes your cybersecurity. Prior to going for basically, I am going to cover here controls for basically I am going to going to cover here about rules and regulation, or rather than compliances, or that can be more stated in a very good way, that what are the things, metrics we need to design, or what are the things we need to consider while going for the security. How good metrics can be decided. This is my topic here. So prior to that, we'll start with basic fundamental thing, that is what is cyber physical system. Actually, if you, I hope you are attending this FDP from first session with that enthusiasm and involvement. So first session was taken by Dr. Subhash Shinde, principal Lokmanya Tilak College of Engineering, where he has said about all how a cyber physical system can be. So I will basically once again uh, once again take review of this. Fine. So basically, it is a the word itself indicate it is a cyber physical system. One word is cyber. Fine. Second word is about physical system. Right, and then combination of cyber and physical system, that is cyber and physical system. So let us understand by component what is mean by cyber. Basically, if you see the left portion of your PPT, you can see here cyber. Basically, it is all about digital data, digital things, and all these things you can see. Right. So what it contains, it contains data analysis, it contains apps and services, right? It contains decision making based upon data analysis. So this is all about cyber and digital world. Then we are having physical system. What is physical system? Physical system is the system which is physically available to everyone. So physically available, if you take in generalized way in computing, then physical available are environmental parameters, machines, human, man, execution, material, and all these things. This is about the physical system. So we are seeing two things. We are seeing two things here. One is the cyber, and second is the physical system. And combination of this cyber and physical system constitute your cyber physical system. So what is cyber physical system? A system in which cyber and physical both are integrated at all scales. Right? All scales means it starts from physical to the ad hoc part also. Means ad hoc, grounded, assured development, and all these things. So this makes a cyber physical system. Now we wish to ensure we want here. We want to provide security to the cyber physical system. So I am going to touch upon special topic, not in generalized way or generalized sense. Special topic, that is security metrics. So how we should design security metrics for cyber physical system. So what is our objective? Our objective is that we wish to design security metrics for this cyber physical system. Now, what is meant by security metrics? Security metrics means if you are given a cyber physical system and somebody comes to you and say that, sir, this cyber physical system is designed for so and so system. So Dr. Subhash Shinde has given the example of that place Indore. I hope he has given the example of Indore where cyber physical system was implemented. Fine. So if you see that system, then we need to understand ki say that Indore people come to you. They say that we have designed cyber physical system. Now we want to ensure that how secure that cyber physical system is there. I will repeat once again. We want to ensure that how this cyber physical system is secure. You can say that two, three parameters are there. Say that authentication is working properly or not. Then authentication is working properly. Then we can say that this is cyber physical system is secure one. Some another person comes and he say that no, sir, not only authentication. We need to ensure that data integrity is maintained or not. Then we will again check that data integrity is there or not. And we say that yes, data integrity is also ensured. We can say that data means it is secure system. Now again third person comes there and he says that, sir, no, we need to see that key non-repudiation is there or not. So likewise many things comes. So there should be some parameter, there should be some methods, there should be some technology which will say that my physical system is secure one. So whole objective here is that how to define how to define, how to identify rather than define, rather than identify, how to identify which matrix or which parameter should be considered while designing cyber, after designing the cyber physical system. So identifying matrix, defining matrix, identify working on it, so that each matrix carries which important, and how that matrix can be very useful for my system. That is the whole purpose of here. I will repeat once again. The very purpose of my session is that how to design security matrix, how to design security matrix for cyber physical system. I hope I am audible, and I hope whatever I want to impart information to the audience, it is going in fine way. Yes or no? Should we go ahead with this? Can I go ahead with this?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Good then. Fine. Now the question naturally may comes in my mind, or anybody comes in my mind, is that what is the role of security matrix? Right? Why we should go for the security matrix? Naturally, it should come to your mind. The first answer to that, why we are going for security matrix, first, it is a strategic alignment. What is my strategic alignment? Strategic alignment means we more or less we are all from educational background, except saying that all of many of us are from educational background. We are writing vision and mission statement of our college, organization, maybe department also we are writing, isn't it? What is vision and mission statement says? Why we are writing vision and mission statement? The very purpose of writing a vision mission statement, that we want to say to the whole world and to the my people also, to the whole world also, and to the my people also, that key on this agenda we are going to work for coming so and so many years. I will start with the vision of my institute. Vision of my institute is that to be an institute of global repute, committed to cause of nation building through technology based education. This is my goal and mission. Likewise, if I'm going for any security metrics, they are saying that first you need to identify, understand goal and mission of that particular organization, because goal and mission tells about strategic methodology which is applied for that particular organization, and based upon that you need to design the security matrix. How that can be explained? Very simple example. Say that my goal, I'm using I'm making a social media website, or I'm making social media product there. What will be the goal in that case? I need to reach more and more people, maximum people. So I need to be more open in that case. So my strategy say that I should reach to more and more people. Now, if that is the case, take another example. I want to design a product where uh, there is there are certain requirement about age and gender. In that case, I may not able to. I don't want to publish that information publicly. So goal will be different. So whenever you design the metrics, your metrics basically your strategic or strategy of that particular organization plays very important and big role. So first, while designing the security matrix, we need to understand what is the strategy of organization. First thing. Second thing, about compliance support. What is by compliance support? Say that I am designing a cyber physical system. Fine. Take the example of Indore only, which has been taken earlier example. Yeah, in earlier presentations, it has been taken. What is my compliance support? Compliance support say that I am using DPDP Act. Probably you know that, or GDPA. GDPR is the one of the act. You know? Basically, GDPR is the at global level, and if you take the example of at Indian scenario, DPDP is act. Now, if my DPDP Act doesn't allow share my information to the public, then by any means, while designing security metrics, I cannot share the information with the public. I cannot share that information with the public. So definitely I need to see the compliance support in that case. There may be the different compliance for Indian government. There may be different compliance for Australian government. There may be different compliance for US government. So while designing security metrics, we need to take the support of compliance or compliance rules and regulations. Probably you know that from 2023 onwards, DPDP Act is placed in India, which was passed by our Honorable Home Minister Shah sir. Fine. And third thing is that especially NIST, the organization which is working in the security, NIST, there are various documents which is released by NIST time to time. Basically, SP 800 and 80, it provides guideline for security specific need for the specific for the organizations. So we need to consider that. Fine. So while designing security metrics, the first thing we need to see is the strategy of that particular organization. Second thing, compliance support. Compliance support varies from nation to nation, place to place, even application to application. And then comes one document which is available with us, that is called as the NIST SP 80080. That is the document where it is given. Fine. Basically, hello. Basically, there is one organization, that is Federal Information Security Management Act. This is the federal system of US, which says that how security measures can be implemented. It says about how security measures can be implemented, and we are going to see how these security measures which is implemented can be used for metrics preparation. So let us understand it. What is the FISMA? What is the purpose of FISMA basically? It is a well documented. Even your NIST SP 800, these all consider the FISMA things like that. Right? So it has core mandates. What it says that the requirement is that what it says that you need to you need to protect federal resources. Resources varies from fundamental things to highest level. Okay. Then it says that how a comprehensively security program can be implemented using FISMA. Then how reporting can be done. For reporting, you need to assess the assets. So assessment of the assets is done, comes under the category of performance assessment and reporting. Then it says about risk identification and control implementation. This is the basic and fundamental things which is considered in the FISMA. Now, why FISMA and framework is given? Means fine. Why it is given? It is given because it says about what are the security controls you are going to implement. What is the importance of control? Now, take the example. Simple thing. If I am saying that I want to implement security, then people saying that you use TI, that is triangle, authentication, then authentication, authorization, your integrity, and all these things. So that comes under the CIA triangle. Confidentiality. C stands for confidentiality, I stands for integrity, and A stands for authentication authorization. Likewise, if I am saying that, then that should be expanded, that should be elaborated, and a whole things you need to different parameters you need to identify, and you need to see that how this different parameter plays different role that comes under the security controls. So what FISMA says that? FISMA says effective utilization of security control, right? And other than that, it says that commercially it should be adaptable. Then standard security practices should be incorporated. You should able to overthink. You should be able to visualize all these things. So that is all about FISMA framework. Right? Once again, we will summarize what is FISMA. FISMA stands for Federal Information System Management Act. It is the US federal system where we are saying that say how this act says about the information security, how for federal system you can provide the information security, and it has its own mandate and benefits. Now, say that we identified, we know that this is the system, how it works, and things which can be implemented on all these things. So they are saying that if you want to design the metrics, then you need to understand the system. I will repeat once again. What I am saying that? I am saying that if you want to go for system design, then you need to see that, you need to understand that what and how that system works. Now, take example of any system, how system works. Then system is having two components basically. One is the human, second is the physical component. Yes or no? For any system, there are two things. One is the devices, and second is humans involved in that. So, if you want to design the security metrics, they are saying that you need to understand how humans are involved in that, the person who are directly involved in that, and second, the component which are available with that system. Now, as far as the human is concerned, as far as persons are concerned, then the first person for any organization comes is nothing but he is an agency head or head of institution. Can you tell me in that case, the security metrics maybe can be related by any means with the agency head? Fine. Can we say like this? The answer is maybe yes, maybe no. So answer is yes. The reason being that we are saying that if vision and mission of a particular institute, fine, plays important role while designing security metrics, then naturally, then in by very simple way, we can say that agency head also plays very important role while designing security metrics. Yes or no? Yes. Now, how agency head plays important role? They are saying that basically agency head is responsible for strategic planning. Right? Then integration of annual strategic planning, integration of annual report, and all these things. So he is a person who is involved for each and every component of your system. Each and every component of your system. So naturally, if anything happens, any security breach happens or any security like things happens, then he is equally responsible for it. He is the person who will say that he will allocate the budget. He will say that what portion of budget and what portion of number of people, what portion of resources can be deployed for your security infrastructure. And if he says that if that many features, that many budget, that many things are required for security purpose, then only the things can be justified. So you need to identify that whatever security measures which we are going to implement, which we are going to understand, is the strategy and planning done by your agency head. Agency head means an organization head, you can say that in simple way. That is nothing but company person or it is. So agency head basically decide what portion of budget is allocated for information security, what portion of resources are allocated to the information security, and based upon that security metrics can be made. Based upon that, security metrics can be made, importance and all these things. Say that agency head say that we are having highest focus of agency head, then more number of security metrics can be made. And when agency say that we are in moderate, we need to use moderate budget in information security, then then security metrics can be designed like this. Is it okay? Then comes now we need to understand the person who are related in information security. The next person is Chief Information Officer. Now, Chief Information Officer is mainly responsible for information system implemented in that particular organization. That is called as CIO, Chief Information Officer. So, there may be multiple officer under agency head. One of the officer is Chief Information Officer. Chief Information Officer basically he is the person who uses these metrics to monitor compliance, and again who is using that metrics to report to the agency head and allocate the resources in terms of human also and in terms of things also, right? So CIO, that is the second person. So at top level agency head is there, at second level Chief Information Officer is there. Then comes CISO. You might have heard this CISO terminology, which is more or less very popular among today's information security domain. Rather than CISO are very important people who are paid up to 2 crore salary also in security organization. CISO is nothing but Chief Information Security Officer. Chief Information Security Officer. What it does, whatever the budget, whatever the policy, whatever the metrics designed by Chief Information Officer, implementation of integrating this matrix and implementation is the role of CISO. What CISO does, basically he plans, he implements information security related thing, and second thing, he also looks for standardized processes also. So all standardization or processes are done by the CISO more or less. And at the bottom level, although there are multiple people involved in the security, at the bottom level is ISSO, that is Information System Security Officer. There may be multiple information system security officer who are implementing your cyber security, and we need to consider all these people while designing security metrics. What ISSO does basically, they participate in metric program development and collects security data. Basically, the purpose of these officers are that they are basically these are the people, these are the core people who are actually deployed at the location, or which they are working at actual places where it is where end devices are working. So basically they are in that way they are developer. In that way they are developer. So metrics program development, it is all done by these ISSO, Information System Security Officer. At the same time, they collect the security data and all these things. So what we have done here in this section, we have identified that who are the people which can play important role while making security metrics. We are going to make security metrics. Now we need to identify from where I can get the information of the people who are responsible for making security metrics. If question was asked like that, the answer is that these are the people more or less who are very much important, and these people play very important role while making security metrics. Once again, I wish to tell you that there may be sorry, there may be multiple people other than that also, but these are the key person who are involved in that. Fine. This is very important slide. Fine. We need to go in depth, or we need to understand in a larger way, basically how can it is done. Fine. Now we under what we understood. Once again, I will go to the back. What we understood that we are going to design the security matrix. We are going to design security matrix. Then how to design the security matrix? They are saying that security matrix is for either people or for devices, end devices. Fine. So if I'm saying the people, then we identify that which are the people very important while designing the security matrix. Next comes the control families, security control families. Right? As I already told you, if you remember first slide, it says that cyber physical system. The second slide it was given that how we can design effective security implementation. Then they are saying that it can be very well defined by taking the reference of one document that is called as the NIST SP 80053. Fine. What it says, what this NIST, National Information Security, what it says about SP stands for special document. What it says basically, it says about these are the 17 controls, and you need to work, you need to understand the security controls, and from these each and every control you need to capture the information, and this captured information can be used for designing the security matrix. Fine. Then if that is the case, come to the first control family. First control family is access control. If you can see on the slide, there are 70 security controls. From where this security control comes, these controls are given in the document NIST SP 80053. These are given in the document NIST SP 80053. Now let us understand it one by one. First is the access control. What is in the access control? We need to identify, we need to understand it, isn't it? What is in the access control of this thing? One minute. It is visible. So let us understand what is it visible? It is going fine.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Acha. It is fine. First is the access control. What is the access control? Let's understand it. Access control means the authorization. Say that one device is there. If that device, I am saying that I am as an agency head. If I am saying that that device should be accessible to that particular person only, then I need to ensure a mechanism. I want to put a mechanism in such a way that by any means that device will be accessible to X person only, not Y person. That is nothing but access control. Access control plays very important role while designing security features. How it plays important role? Basically, there are some devices, some mechanisms, some control, some system for which only specific we should allow only specific peoples only. So that is nothing but access control. Fine. So they are saying that organization must limit information system access to the authorized user only and to a particular user only. And then second thing is that special type of access or special type of granular mechanism should be implemented for access control. Say we all know very well that if I say that I want to withdraw some money from the bank. Then as a user, I'm having limited access to my account only and to my things only. But if you take the example of branch manager is there, then for branch manager, all account holder information is visible to that branch manager. So that is how access control is there. Take another example. Say that in my home, I should, I as a person, as a owner, only should able to open the lock of my door. Fine. But at the same time, I may give access to another person who may be my maid or my friend, who will able to enter into the home with certain credentials. So that comes under the access control. They are saying that access control means while designing any system, access control is the things you need to take care of most. First is the access control. Then comes awareness and training. What is meant by awareness and training? Awareness means, you know very well, awareness means making things understand to that particular person so that he or she will not do any mistake. That is awareness. And training. Training means proper mechanism should be implemented so that whatever information which is available with the system should pass to each and everyone. Now this can be very well explained with example. Many of you are having probably are installing router at the home, Wi-Fi router. Yes or no? Yes. Most of the time, many of us are having Wi-Fi routers. Now, while installing the router, the person from the company, uh, hello, the person from that particular comes, install the router and say that I want to set the password. Sir, एक काम करते हैं अपन. Password we will do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and we agrees upon it. And over the time, we know we are not knowing that the same password is given by that particular person to other, almost to every users. Fine. So if you are not giving training to that particular person, to home user, that whatever password he is setting, that password should be changed, so that comes under, then that system will be under attack, that system will be susceptible. And if it is applicable to a small system, router like system which is with me, same thing is applicable to the higher organization also. Many times higher organization, they are purchasing firewalls, routers and all these things, and they are keeping default password as it is, which is not good, which is harmful to that particular system. Yes or no? Yes. Now if that is the case, then they are saying that awareness and training should be given to the users so that they will do whatever things which is required in correct way, and they will be not under attack. Then third control is about audit and accountability. What is my audit? Basically, whatever system is there, you can see, you might have seen many types of audit around you which is happening regularly, right? Like, say that if I am in academics, then regularly we are doing academic audit. Yes or no? Yes. Now, academic audit may not be important to us, but take the example of fire audit, example of security audit. Even, hello? Even if you take an example of our general system also, yesterday only I was talking, there was energy audit is also there. So likewise, if any security features need to be implemented, they are saying that audit should be done regularly, which is very much required for security also, and accountability for that particular audit should be also identified. That is audit and accountability. This is the third control of security families. Fourth control is about certification, accreditation, and security assessment. Have you heard about, some people are saying that my system is ISO 27001. ISO, my accredited. Yes or no? Or what is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is that ISO 27001, it has own security access mechanism is there. It has own its parameter. It has its own trained professionals are there. Fine. So all these professionals, all this training mechanism, all these document ensure that security is implemented in that particular organization. So they are saying it also comes. They are saying that it also comes under the security control family. Certification. There are many certifications which are available in the security. Likewise, if you take the example of ISO, I already told you ISO 27001. This is one of the certification which is used for security. Likewise, there are GSD, that is one of the standard. Likewise, many standards are there, many certifications are there. There are some accreditation bodies are also there. What accreditation body does basically, they does security assessment and then they will give report to you, which will tell ki how securely and how secure you are there. That is certification accreditation. Then comes configuration management. Fine. You will see that after studying these 17 control families, which is given in ISO, which is given in NIST SP 8005, we will come to know that almost every feature of security is covered here. Nothing is remaining. Fine. So we were at the 4th place. Now let us move to the 5th place. That is configuration management. What is my configuration management? I already told you, by default, many times we are keeping password as it is. Even by default, many times we are using many configuration features as it is. They are saying that it should not happen. They are saying that it is a wrong procedure. They are saying that it is a wrong method. What can be done? Then very simple way can be it is done. Say that in configuration management, it is written that I have installed one router at my home. In configuration management, it says that maximum 50 numbers of user can be connected. It is a configuration written into the rule book or written in the rules of that particular device. Is it required as a user? Is it required me to consider all these things? The answer is yes, it is required. I know that in my family, if only 4 members are there, altogether, if my friend comes, he will be 5th. Again, one guest is come, he will be 6th. So by any means, my user will not go. My user count will not go beyond 6 or maybe 8. Why then 50 users you need to do? What will happen? What is use of that? After 6 or 7 users, if anybody is trying to log in into the system will pop the message. Will say that the user is exhausted and the same message can be sent to the administrator also. So it is very easy in that case to understand and identify that some thing which is wrong going into my particular system. So that is nothing but configuration. Take the example of router also, take the example of firewall also, take the example of some security related configuration also, take the example of packet information also. All these comes under the configuration management. And we need to see that a proper configuration management should be done so that security can very nicely implemented in that particular system. Then comes contingency planning. What is by contingency planning? If anything happens, then what need to be done? Say that there are multiple, very simple example, it can be stated that, say that there are 3 servers, one server goes under the attack. Can we immediately stop it and the configuration can be moved to the another server? That comes to contingency planning. Basically in contingency planning, each and every escalation chart is very important. Escalation chart is very important part of contingency planning. So escalation chart, it says that if any wrong thing happens, what need to be done with that system. So that is one of the security controls. Next comes identification and authentication. It is all about user. We need to identify users and we need to identify how authentication can be done. Then comes incident response. Incident response means anything immediately, if anything happens, how immediately we can react to that. That is nothing but incident response. That is IR. These are control family. Next is the maintenance. Maintenance is one of the important features. What happens, taking the name of maintenance, some misachievement can be done. And second thing is that for maintenance, a regular update is required, so that take the example of many times patches and all these things are coming to you, yes or no, that comes under the maintenance. Then media protection. Media protection means whatever digital media, not digital media, no, what is the storage media we are using, what is the networking media we are using, whatever the resources we are having, that comes under, all comes under the media protection. Right? Say that floppy is there, say that hard disk is there, say that cable is there, say that router and device is all there. How we are protecting that media, that comes under the media protection. Then comes physical and environment protection. If you have gone through any security related book or everything, you will come to know that, you will understand that. One of the message I am able to see that your voice is not clear. Should I should I take in account, or should I consider it is going okay?
No, sir, your voice is clear.
Clear, no? Fine. So now we are at the security control. Family security controls, families basically. So physical and environmental protection. Always we are saying about cyber, digital, and all these things, but it is not that. They are saying that although it is a cyber, physical systems are there, but you need to take the care of physical protection at the same time. Whatever protection mechanism we are going to implement, and that system is say that under the attack of fire, then there is no use of whatever security you are implementing. Say that in environmental way, under the attack of some flood and all these things, then nothing will play. So that care also you need to take, that care you need to take of this. Then comes planning. Planning means how we are going to implement step by step security features, that comes under the planning. Then personal security, they are saying that personal security also plays a very important role, that user should be for any way that the user should be able to, you should able to protect by all means. Personal means not a human as a personal security, person is entity security, you can say that. Then there should be risk assessment at all time while using security features. Then comes system and service acquisition. You know that whatever things which is running under the system, they are running in the form of services. They are running in the form of services. Even single program which is running continuously in the system is nothing in the form of service. So that comes and so that you need to acquire it, you need to understand it, and you need to identify where we need to, when we need to start it, when we need to stop it, when we need to pause it, and all these things you need to take care. Then about system and communication protection, we already said about that cabling network and all these things, that comes under system and communication, right? And the last one is system and information integrity. Integrity is very important parameter. The reason being that whatever things which is available with the system, integrity of that thing should be maintained. What is meaning of this, I will tell you how it can be checked. Fine. If you take the example, have you heard about ISO image of or imaging of any system? The answer is there are tool. Example, if you take the example of FTK is a tool. What FTK does, basically using FTK, you can take image of the system. Fine. You are keeping that image at one location, and say that if something happens now, to the system, and we are making hash of it. Hash can be used for system integrity. Now say that something has happened with that particular system. Say that some alteration is done, some configuration is changed. What can be done? Then I will take that system. Once again, I will draw the hash of that system. I will compare both the hash, and very easily I can say that some alteration to that particular system is done. So these are the 7 control families. These are the 7 control families defined in NIST SP 80053. So while designing security metrics, we once again I will bring to the point, while designing security metrics, these are the control families you need to consider. Fine, and we should appreciate efforts taken by this NIST and SP 80053. Uh, uh, the people who have made this particular document. It is one of the comprehensive document which covers almost everything as far as security control is considered. I hope you understood it. Fine. We have seen this, means again the detail is what is the access control, audit control, and all these things. Fine. Now then comes, now we say that we have acquired that information and we want to design security metrics. We have acquired this information, we need to design security metrics. So for that, as it is stated in the first 1 or 2 slides only, you need to see that strategically these security metrics should be inclined to the organizational security goal, and we need to identify in which approach you should go and what are the factors you need to consider while measuring the performance matrix development. Right? Now let us come to the metrics. They are saying that there are 3 types of security metrics. They are saying that there are 3 types of security metrics. One is the implementation metrics. Implementation metrics means how security metrics can be used while implementing the system. And how we are taking that, we are taking from that same document, that is 80053. Then comes effectiveness and efficiency of metrics. Right? The metrics which calculate effectiveness and which calculate efficiency, that these comes under the effective and efficiency metrics. Right? Basically they are used to measure the security services, results of security service. And the last one type of security metric is the impact matrix. Impact matrix means how impactful these metrics are there for business and missions. The example is given that cost saving for security and cost due to the security. So there are these 3 types of security metrics which is given in the SP 80053. Now say that we have defined security metrics, we have taken all the control families into consideration, and using this metrics, what you are going to do? You are going to audit the system. Very purpose is that you are going to audit the system. Now what is meant by audit of the system? Basically, audit of system is nothing but it is nothing but systematic evaluation of organization security measure to identify vulnerability, and naturally they are going to provide you the recommendation for them. They are going to provide recommendation for improvement. So let us understand what is meant by security audit. Security audit means you are doing audit of a system considering security as a prospective thing, and then how it is going to implement. We will later on we will see how we are going to implement. Prior to that, we will see what are the advantages of it. What are the advantages? First, it ensures that policies are implemented properly. Take the example of what is in a policy. Take example. We will take one example of policy. Say that I am saying that password should be 8 character long. Then that is the policy. Then what security audit does? It checks all the password of all the users in terms of number of characters, number of asterisk mark, we can say that. And if it is below asterisk, below it, it is below 8 asterisk mark, then I can say that the policy is not neatly implemented. Fine. Take example, third example. Say that only two type of user roles are there. One is administrator and one is general user. But my system doesn't allow that. Then I can say that policy is not implemented properly. Okay. So what are the advantage? It check the effectiveness of security policy. It identify the control. It validate the procedure of implementation. Identify the control weakness, and it provides the recommendation tool. So for a healthy system to be over the time, right? You should do regular audit of the system so that system will be more secure, right? Now, how security audit can be done? There are simple process for it. First, how audit can be done? First, they are saying that by in generalized way, the way by which we should go, in the same way it is stated. First, you need to define the objective. At the same time, scope. Why it is important to define the scope? Because scope gives the boundaries into the system. It, to till extent we can go with. Then do performance risk assessment. In risk assessment or performing a risk assessment, we may use software tools like Burpsuit and all these things for risk assessment. Then review policies and compliance. They are saying that whatever policies are there, whatever compliances are there, we need to understand it, and we need to see that all the policies or all compliances are implemented in the system, or yes or no. Fine. Then assess access control. We need to see that all the access control mechanism is placed in a very nicely manner. Authentication is done by authenticator or all these things. Then evaluate network security, and the last part naturally is the documentation and recommendation. Or if you are going for security audit, these are the simple steps or methods which is given one by one here. I will repeat once again. First, define it, scope, especially in terms of scope and objective. Then do risk assessment. Then see the policies and compliance. You need to see that all policies and compliance are implemented very nicely in the system. Then see the access control mechanism. Then they are saying that evaluate network security, and then we need to see that at the end you need to prepare a document, and that document along with the recommendation need to submit it to the organization so that they will take corrective measures for system to be in place and running very nicely, right? So there are three strategies basically. One is comprehensive, second is the collaboration, and third is the continuous improvement. These are the common word and common thing you can understand very well. That is strategy, right? Now they are saying that that is all about methods, plans, and all these things. Then comes, if you remember, one of the parameter was the media protection. If you remember, in one of the parameter or one of the 17 control families, one of the control family was saying about media control. Here is the list given for the media, different media into the system. If you can see that, one is the server. You know that server is a powerful computer which manages your client server architecture. Most of the times, server plays a role where it gives services to the client. Basically, most of the times, servers are centralized control. They are scalable in the nature. They should be flexible. And the interoperability between server should be maintained. And maintenance of that server should be run regularly. Then about storage devices, you all know that HDD, SSD, and all these things. So along with that, there are other service devices are also there. That is HDD, SSD, portable storage, cloud storage. This is one of the new things to us, cloud storage. Basically, cloud storage is a third-party virtual storage, and a proper mechanism, security mechanism need to be implemented for the cloud storage as well as fine. For audit, there are different methodology. One is the white box testing. Second is the black box. White box basically it tells about code review basically, and black box you understand very well. In black box, what happens? In black box, you are treating as a it is testing about functionality only. In black box testing, you are treating as a complete a black box where you cannot penetrate. Only you can test the input, functionality, and output. That is black box testing. So it is about functional testing, and white box testing, it is about in code testing and all these things. Now, the last one is that more or less last section of this particular session is the phases of information security audit. How security audit can be done. We'll take very simple example. Say that I want to do security audit of my own college, or rather than my own college, your college. We'll take example. There is a system which is made for dockyard, where number of ships are coming, going, and there is a IT system, infrastructure is implemented there, and you are going to do security audit that particular organization. I will repeat once again, but I am saying that I want to do information security of dockyard system, where they have implemented IC system, information technology system, IT system for their in, out, and all these things. Then first thing comes into the picture is nothing but planning. We are seeing, isn't it? What happens in planning? We already told you. Planning means I am saying that I want to objective of my system is that I want to do the security audit of this particular system. Then scope also need to be defined, and we most important thing that we need to identify the resources, required resources. What is meaning of it? Say that IT system, we need to identify how large, how big that IT system is there. Now, if system is moderate, I may require 3% for information security audit, and say that 5 or 6 different functionality for which I am doing security audit. But if system is large, system is big, then number of personnels required for security audit may be more in number, maybe till 10 in numbers. Yes or no? Yes. Now, if that is the case, then all these things should be included into the planning. In planning. So comes planning. Then comes preparation. Preparation means gathering documentation and understanding the organization. What is the meaning of it? Gathering documentation means take the example of dockyard system only. Then dockyard system is having their different policy documentation. Maybe they are having HR policy documentation. Yes or no? We need to identify, we need to learn that HR policies. Yes or no? Then we need to study it, and we need to see that HR policy which is given into the system is implemented properly. Say that in HR policy, it says that each and every user which is coming into the dockyard as an employee should have one ID where he can access the different information. By using that ID, he should be able to access the different information. That ID may be in terms of his email. That ID may be some number, token. By using that token, he he acquire all the information which is intended, which is required for him. That comes under the policy document, and we need to, as a security auditor, that policy document should be understood thoroughly by that auditor, gathering information, and at the same time understanding the organization. Say that if that organization is only having one information, chief information officer, CIO, that is called. No security, only one CIO, chief information officer, chief information security officer, CISO, and only two security persons. Then we know that we need to focus on these three peoples as far as strategy implementation is considered. As far as strategy implementation is considered. So that is how we need to go for the preparation. Risk assessment, we already covered. There are different tools by which risk assessment can be done. Fine. Then comes testing and evaluation. In testing, now the security controls play very important role. Now we need to lead down these security controls and we need to see that how these security controls are properly implemented or not. If not implemented, then we need to either tell to organization or with the recommendation, or directly talk to the agency head regarding this. These are things we need to work upon it. That comes under the testing and evaluation. Then comes analysis and reporting. As I told you, there are different reporting tools, mechanism which are available. Using that reporting tools and mechanism, analysis, after doing the analysis, reporting can be done. And follow up, that is very important. Many times compliance is given to the system, suggesting that these compliances should be done in the 1 month, 3 month or 6 months. I will repeat once again. Many times after doing security audit, we are saying to the organization as auditor that this thing needs to be fixed in the 1 month, this thing needs to be fixed into the 3 month, and this thing needs to be fixed into the 6 month. All these things can be stated in reporting, but follow for these particular things need to be taken at the same time. So that is how uh, uh, information security audit can be implemented, and these are the steps for auditing. That is fine. Along with that, they are saying that the person who are involved in the security, they should have some ethical conduct standard. Try to understand these security personals. Say that you are going to, what is the meaning of this? Say that as an auditor, you are going to the audit for the docket system. The docket system, you are going to the auditor. Then it is very much required for that particular system that much of the information which is confidential in nature will be given to you as a auditor. It is very much required. Otherwise, you cannot do the audit. For many things, you cannot do the audit. Now, if that is the case, that confidential information or that important information is given to you, then that should be taken as it is. They are saying that no, there are some ethical bindings should be there on that auditor also, information security auditor also. What are the binding? What are the ethical code of conduct they are saying? The first comes under confidentiality. Confidentiality means that auditor should keep whatever information which is given to him with him only. He should not share that information with any other organization by any means. That comes under the confidentiality. Then comes integrity. He should be transparent, honest throughout the audit process. Then objectivity. Then whatever assessment he has done, that should be impartial, without conflicts of interest. And you know that if auditor is saying that your system is fully secure, then that whole organization blindly accept that the auditor is saying that my system is secure, means I am secure. But if that information is not complete, that information is not in proper way, then that harm will go to that particular system only. So completeness of by that particular system should be there, and completeness can be done with the competence only. If the people which are doing security audit are very much competent, they are having very good knowledge, good skill, then only we can say that audit is done properly. So these are the ethical binding on that person, which is called as the security auditor, right? Along with that, they are saying that some legal and regulatory compliances are there. We'll take one example of legal adherence, that DPDP Act say that if any information is available with you as an organization, you cannot share that information with other entity. If you are sharing that information, you will be penalized for it. This is the example of legal adherence. Then at the same time, you need to take the information consent from there. You need to see the privacy protection, and you need to see that harm should not done to that particular system. So that is how a security auditor uh, can look for legal and regulatory compliances. Fine. How basically information security metrics, information security can be enhanced. Then they are saying that you have defined the security metrics. Then if you need to effectively implement that security metrics, then you need to work for you need to maintain the ethical standard also, and continuous improvement into the system should be there. You need to take care of that also. Along with that, I have listed some of the tools which is used for uh, information security audit. Information security audit. Then we know very well, we know very well that there is a tool that is called as the NMAP. It is a free utility for security auditing. It can be used to scan the network, host, and all these things. Then Nessus is one of the very good tool. Nessus is the remote security scanner. Basically, this software is it is used to it is available. Many tools are available in the Kali Linux. You need not to worry about this. Likewise, Whisker is a tool. Innovator is a tool. Firewalk is one of the tools which is used for auditing the firewalls basically. Then there are firewall auditing tools are also there. HTTP port is one of the tool which is used for the firewall auditing. IP filter, frag root, F tester, firewall builder, port test, firewall tester, visual route. Likewise, these tools are there which are used for fire auditing. Auditing is done. Then there is IDS auditing tools are also there. IDS stands for intrusion detection system. That is IDS Informer is a tool, Firewall Informer is a tool, IK Professional IK. These are the tools which are used for IDS auditing. In continuation to that, we are having tools which is very popular. It is the example of Bursuit. Bursuit is one of the tools which is used for security. Then fuzzling tools are there, dot defenders are there, IBM security, app scanner, SQL block monitor, Microsoft source code, and these are the example of tools which are used for the auditing. Let us summarize what we have studied in this particular section. First of all, we have seen cyber physical system. Then we have seen how security can be implemented to cyber physical system, and we are specially auditing security auditing of cyber physical system. So for security auditing of cyber physical system, they are saying that you need to design metrics for it. We have seen how metrics can be designed. Then they are saying that these metrics can be implemented. These metrics need to be implemented for auditing, and how auditing can be done for any system. We also stated that phases, planning, and all these things. That is how it is done. That is all about my session. I'm going to take, first of all, I will see the in chat. What are the questions? Then there is a feedback link. Please share. Ma'am, I have poor network connection. Guys, share feedback. Fine. It is all from my end. If any questions, I'm ready to take it. Hope you understood it. How security, how auditing plays important role in information security, and at the same time, what are the things we need to consider while going for the security auditing. It's okay. We'll stop here. I'm stopping here. I'm you may
Yes,
ask
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
question.
Yes, sir. Participants, if you have any queries, you can ask or you can write in chat.
Yes, chat is also visible to me and open to me. I'm looking for the yes, chat is visible to me and it is open to me. You can write the question. Aparna madam is saying that share the feedback link. Mankar sir, thank you sir. That's fine. I restricted myself to the security auditing only. Uh, I myself has done ISO 270. I'm security auditor, authorized security auditor for ISO 27001. So it from
Yes.
points comes from the some experience. Yes, thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Agrawal sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, sir. And thank you, all the participants, for listening so well. And the contents were very well presented, and you explained it so well, sir. It was a very good presentation, really, and it was very informative. And all about risk management for the cyber physical systems, then how to do the and about everything about risk identification, assessment, as well as the tools also you have stated in depth and in detail. You have on behalf of LTCE as well as all the participants for such a wonderful session. Thank you very much, sir.
Ma'am, I also want to take the opportunity to say thank you to everyone. First of all, thank you to Lokmanya Tilak College Management for giving me the opportunity to work for this FDP as a resource person. Thank you to my friend Dr. Subhash Shinde sir. Thank you to organizers uh, because I know that after means after going home, taking pain, giving evening time or family time to events like this, it is always appreciable. Thank you to all the participants because any event without participation, it doesn't have any meaning at all. So thank you very much for being with me and listening me throughout this session. And at the end, thank you to my management, Anjuman Islam Sabu Siddiqui College of Engineering, because I know very well that they are there. That's why I'm standing in front of you. So thank you very much. Wish you all happy learning. Be safe and enjoy. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Feedback link is shared. Participants, kindly read the feedback properly, and then you can feel the feedback. Our next session will start in a while.
Ma'am, please share that feedback later on with me also. No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
And I'm going to share this PPT on, if I'm not wrong, we are on the group. Ma'am, should I share with you? You will put on the group or
Sir, you can mail.
I can just right now I will WhatsApp you.
Okay, sir.
चलो, थैंक यू, टेक केयर, बाय बाय.
Thank you. Shall we start? Prashant sir, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you can start.
Shiva ma'am. Okay. So, good evening once again to all the participants and our expert speaker, Dr. Prashant Lokhande, who is with us. And he is going to deliver a session on building robust cyber physical system for national security. Let me introduce our eminent speaker of the day, Dr. Prashant Lokhande. He is presently working as the head training and placement uh, department, and he is a professor at Department of Computer Engineering in Pillai College of Engineering, Navi Mumbai. He has completed his B in Computer Science and Engineering and ME in IT and PhD in Computer Engineering. Apart from these professional qualifications, Sir has did BA in Human Psychology, as well as he is having a diploma in cyber law, which he has pursued from the Government Law College of Mumbai, and he has achieved his degree of LLB from University of Mumbai. So, with these all his professional qualifications, he has helped Navi Mumbai Police and Thane Police in solving many landmark cases, like Assistant Police Inspector Ashwini Birde murder case, various bomb blasts cases, or various defamation, theft cases, etc. As well as Indian Navy, Pakistani spy attack cases, etc. And like this, he is consulted by Navi Mumbai Police in many more than hundreds of cases, and with all these his contribution, he has been awarded and felicitated by Indian Navy with Shield of Honor. He is felicitated by Navi Mumbai Crime Branch. He has got an emblem or a manapatra by Commissioner of Police Navi Mumbai, as well as Home Minister of Maharashtra has awarded him with Yashwant Salman Puraskar for his contribution in cyber security and digital forensic field. He is also an eminent speaker, and he is delivering his expert talks. Or he is contributing to various television shows, and he has delivered his lectures on the topic related to cyber security, women security and safety, cyber crimes against common man, which occurs at various places like schools, colleges, etc. And he has participated in various sessions related to this, as well as the sessions related to or the programs which are related to offering employment opportunities, etc. Training sessions he offered, and he has trained the batches of police sub inspector at Maharashtra Police Academy, Nashik. He has conducted training on investigating cyber frauds, etc. Apart from this, he is having publications, and he has published in more than 45 research papers. He has published two books, as well as he is having two patents, and he has worked on various committees, which include the governing council members. He has been a technical expert on the committee for technical evaluation. He has worked as a member on various committees like local inquiry committee, or he has been working as a subject expert at USSC committee, etc. So he has contributed a lot in training and placement, as well as cyber security, as well as in academics. So we are very honored to have with you as a expert and eminent speaker for our this session in our FDP, sir. So I request all the participants to take the benefit of the knowledge of his of this our speaker of the day, and I request you, sir, to kindly proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to deliver the talk. And I know that I'm sitting between you and all the participants' dinner. So I will try to make it a crisp and practical oriented session so that you can enjoy it. So let us start with that. So first of all, just let me know whether my screen is visible. Okay, I shared my screen, whether it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, and whether I'm audible clearly.
Yes, sir.
Sir, sir, the screen is not in full screen. Now it is fine. Yeah.
Okay, I hope I'm audible clearly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So good evening all. So today we are going to have the session on the building robust cyber system for the national security. So the agenda for today's talk is, so first of all, we are going to understand the cyber physical system, then how the criminal plan the attack, then various applications, then building the robust CPS, and then cyber physical system. And then again, we are going to see the role of AI in securing cyber physical system, and then some case studies. Yeah, the case study, some practical demonstrations, like how the attacks are like taken place on the various systems. First of all, let us understand what exactly the cyber physical system is. So this is what the integration of the computation with physical processes, where all embedded computer processes, network monitors, and they are interconnected with each other. So in simple word, so the cyber physical system, this is collection of computing devices communicating with one other and interacting with physical world. So I'm using here the computing devices. So what exactly the computing devices is, whether it is a computer or electronics devices. It is any electronic device having the capability to store, process, transmit, and modify the data. If any of the particular function is performed by this, then we can call it as a computing device. So the communication with one another, and then they are interconnected in the physical world. And they are connected through the sensors, through the actuators in a feedback loop. So some of the examples of cyber physical systems, which includes self-driving car. So Tesla nowadays, the Tesla self-driving car, they are into a picture. Then a small quadrotary aircraft, smart grid, healthcare system, then industrial automation systems, the supply chain flow system, all these things, they are using the cyber physical systems. So let us understand with the help of one simple block diagram. So this is one platform. This is one platform having a number of sensors, and they have certain computations. And this is a network fabric or network which is connecting this platform 1 to the platform 2. So the platform 1 with the platform number 2. So the same thing, the platform number 2 consists of various sensors, computations, actuators, and then there is a physical system which is connecting and then operating on that. So this is a very simple to understand cyber physical system diagram. Now then, one more term which is used into this cyber physical system is the actuator. So what exactly the actuator is? So the actuator, this is a machine, this is a component or a system that move or control the mechanism of the system. It may be a motor, it may be a relay, or it may be any mechanical things which is performing certain actions that you wanted to. The best example of the actuator is the servo motor. Now you can see if we go through the following diagrams, so we can have the idea of this particular actuators. The sensors, they are measuring the temperature and they are continuously measuring the temperature. A controller, which is a decision maker. And then if temperature gets above a certain temperature level, then turn on the fan, else no actions. So here the actuator is our cooling fan. So the moment the temperature goes beyond certain limit, immediately the actuator, the cooling fan will be initiated. So this is what the role of the actuator. Similarly, like if the temperature of a particular thing, your vehicle or your AC is going up, then it will automatically trip or your geyser into the house. So all these things will be performed. So there are different type of actuators in the use, the electrical actuators, fluid power actuators, the mechanical actuators, thermal actuators, and there are certain spatial actuators. So we are not going much deeper into that, but let us understand what exactly the actuator is and then what we are going to study in that. So very simple example of the use of actuator is our daily, like we are visiting the DMart or any supermarket where we can find there is a gate, the entry gate. The actuator makes the door open and the close on the basis of the sensor which is receiving the input that someone is entering inside. It will open the door, and then it will, if someone is not there, it will automatically close the door. So this is a very like day-to-day life example for the actuator. Now let us understand the application of cyber physical system, and then we are going to see after application, then we are going to see what are the different attacks on the cyber physical system, and then after attack we'll see the how to build the robust cyber physical system, and then finally we will see now AI is there in the market, like AI everywhere we are using the artificial intelligence, then how we can efficiently use the artificial intelligence in dealing with the cyber physical system security. The civil infrastructure, so here the CPS system, they are like using the infrastructure improvements. There are certain like technologies, and for example IoT and the various sensors, so it will connect that particular thing with all other sensors and other entities, and then they will make our like life easier. And the smart city concept, so all the CPS systems are used. Another major utilization and the use of the cyber physical system into the agriculture field. So in this, the system, they are like, we can develop a sensor which will measure the moisture of the soil, which will measure the pH value of the water in the soil in the particular thing. And this information sensed by the sensors will be provided to the central processing system or the unit. And then on that basis, any particular operation or any particular things can be performed over there. Now, another application in the aeronautics field. So in the aeronauticals, the cyber physical system, it can be used, which will improve the aircraft control and safety. So improve the performance and efficiency. It will be like having three major layers. One is the communication network. Second one is the navigation network. And third one is the surveillance network. So ATS, that is air traffic control, they are like getting all the data through all these networks and the sources, and then they are also like all these things are integrated with the space network, that is your communication satellite network or the navigation satellite network, and then collaborative decision making system at the ATS tower or the ground network is also connected with all these three layers, and this is how all air traffic control is taking place into that. Another major use is into the healthcare and personalized medicine. The cyber physical system, so they are like majorly utilized into the healthcare major system, because nowadays the many patients, they are having the pacemaker. Some patients, they are having certain sensor. They are wearing certain sensors. Like we are also carrying our mobile phone, and in the mobile phone we are having the certain applications, and then we are sharing this application access to our doctors, so that our heart rate, our other parameters, if they are increasing or decreasing, it will be communicated directly to the doctor's desk, and they can monitor it if it is going beyond certain threshold limit. Then the sugar monitoring, the blood pressure monitoring, rings, watches, the smart watches, all these like gadgets we are using and utilizing. And with the help of all these gadgets, so with the medical records, we are connected through the internet, and then through the internet, our reports can be like given to the doctor's desk, and everything is like collaboratively working for the better to make the patient's health and the life better. Another major utilization of cyber physical system in the manufacturing sector. So manufacturing sector, so it is used for monitoring and control of the production process, the real time like manufacturing, the real time fault identifications and all these things. So generally there are like various applications. So when we consider the manufacturing system, the mainly divide into two parts: the cyberspace, that is the communication and the internet. Another was the physical phase, where all the machines, equipments are interconnected, and then they are connected through the cyberspace. One more application is the transportation. So in transportation, they can improve the safety and efficiency through intelligent traffic management system and vehicle-to-vehicle communication for the safe driving vehicles. So various research is going on in the India on making the self-driving vehicles, because there are certain limitations. We do have population, the density of the traffic in the roads and all the things, but in the foreign countries it is like effectively utilized for this particular purpose. So they will collect the data when we consider the transportation, the number of vehicles on the road. So it will be number of vehicles will be like tracked down with the help of the CCTVs. Then all these CCTVs are connected to AI based systems, and these systems will count the number of vehicles on that particular road, then the location of the vehicles, the average speed of the vehicle which is on the road, then individual vehicle speed and other related data. So as far as the individual vehicle speed, so we all are like familiar with this particular thing, because nowadays the police department, they install the various cameras, the speed tracking cameras at various locations. The moment we are like beyond 80 or 100 speed, so immediately it will capture our photographs and immediately the challan will be delivered to us. So in this way, the particular systems are there in the use and utilization. Autonomous vehicles, the self-driving cars, and they use various number of sensors and AI for the navigation purpose. So still not fully functional in our country, but the experiments and the testing is going on. The smart grids, the power in the power sector, the physical smart grid infrastructure, it is interconnected with the digital system for the like real-time monitoring and the control. So they are like the physical system consists of the generation, the power generation unit, then transmission unit, distribution unit, and through distribution unit it is reaching to the consumer. Then cyber system, which is controlling through the particular information flow and the control flow. So it is connected with each other. Now, most of the attacks in India, they are on the power system. So there were 2 lakh cyber attacks on India's power system during the Operation Sindoor. Now, the various Chinese groups like Red Echo, Shadowpad operators, they are like instrumental into making the attack on the Indian grid, and also like it is on the request of the Pakistan, so they initiated such type of attack, because India is having a like huge population and a huge number of like power grids. If someone can destabilize us in terms of the like power failure, so that will hamper the complete country. Now, we in 2020 we witnessed that in the Mumbai we are like about like 6 to 7 hours in the dark, and our all power grids were shut down. So let us understand how attackers targeted that Indian power grid attack. So the Indian power grid, this is one of the world's largest cyber physical system, where attacker often wanted to target so that they can disrupt the electricity supply, which will cause the instability and then gather the intelligence. So this attack occurred in 4 stages. The stage number 1 is reconnaissance, that is the information collection and gathering. So in this first phase, attackers study the grid's IT and OT environment. Then second phase is initial intrusion. So entry point into the network. They will try to find out the entry point into the network and wanted to get the direct access to the SCADA system. Before that, they first compromise the IT network. See, in compromising any system, so the weakest link. So we do have a number of firewalls, UTMs, physical security, perimeter security, but still there is a weakness. It is vulnerable because the weakest link into the security is the human. If you can compromise the human, you can compromise any system, you can compromise any safest infrastructure. The third one is the lateral movement, that from IT to OT and then OT to SCADA. So once the attacker gaining the access into the IT network, they try to move into the operational network and then try to manipulate the things. And then fourth step, that is manipulating grid operations, the final stage. Once they are having the SCADA control or the substation devices, they can compromise the substation devices and they can like manipulate according to their requirement. So let's detail, we are going to see how this particular thing is compromised. The attackers first, they study the grid's IT and the OT environment. And then after studying, so you are going to get all this information. Now, what sort of like OT environment is there? So you can go through the various tenders floated by the power grid corporations. Based on the tender, you are going to get all the details. What are the equipments and machineries procured by the power grid corporation? So this is how the intelligence is collected. So they use various methods. Some of the methods is scanning internet exposed SCADA and ICS devices, mapping the substations, transmission network and control center, gathering the employee details via the LinkedIn. So I will give the demonstration how you are exposed or your information is exposed through the various social media accounts, the LinkedIn, the Instagram, the Facebook. So I'm switching on to this, whether my browser or the screen browser is visible to you all. Please confirm in the chat box.
No, sir, not right now.
Okay, so I need to screen. Okay, now browser is visible.
No, not still visible.
Not. Okay, I need to select the share complete screen. So I'm going to disconnect. Okay, now the browser is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I wanted to demonstrate you like how the LinkedIn can be used to compromise your data. So whenever the attacker wanted to attack on the any systems, the first step is collection of the information, that is reconnaissance. So it will start with the weakest link into the system, that is human. And now this is the LinkedIn. I am randomly searching any name. Okay, whatever the first name is there. So I selected this name. Okay, so I search one particular person and then you can see on the right side of my screen, you can see the phone number. Is it visible? I will magnify this. You can see the phone number, mobile number, email ID, personal email ID. So there are various tools. I am using the tool Lucia. So this particular tool is like giving me the information. So here, all the details. I'm getting over there. So this is how the criminal, they are collecting the information. Now, whether my slides are visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
ठीक. Now this is how the criminals, they are gathering the employee details. So LinkedIn, I showed you the demo. For this purpose, I am using the tool name as LUSHA, Lusha. So this is a browser extension. So you can like create your account and browser extension. Simply open the LinkedIn, put any name over there, and you are going to get all the details: his mobile number, email ID, work phone number, and all the details. Then another.
ग्रुपवर फोटो टाकू.
Then another one is the studying the vendor documentation. Like I already explained, ki whenever any power station they wanted to procure the systems, the major providers are GE, Siemens, ABB systems, and these tender documentation consists of all the specifications. So it will be studied, and again studied the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet means how these equipments can be compromised. The cheat sheets are available. Then, so I will again show that cheat sheet. Siemens. So Siemens controller cheat sheet. So you can like get all the G code for CNC and all the things which is available on the internet. And on that basis, you can plan the attack on the systems. Identify the poorly secured remote terminal units. So this is what the first step, that is reconnaissance information gathering. Now moving on to the second stage, that is initial intrusion, entry point into the network. Majorly the attacker rarely start with the direct entry. So they will try to like enter inside the network. So they really start with the direct access to the SCADA. They will first try to compromise the IT network, because ultimately you are connected to the IT networks. This is the first layer, and then you can your IT networks are connected to the SCADA system. So the common entry techniques they are using, the phishing emails to power sector employees. Phishing emails is like any circular, Holi Chutti, Diwali Chutti, or there is a circular for dress code, or there is a circular for computer or PC usage policy and all these things. And along with that phishing email, they will send the malicious attachments. So as a circular or as a IT department policy, and then compromise VPN credentials, weak outdated firewalls, and this is how they enter inside the network. So the phishing emails, I'm also going to show you the phishing email demo. Now, so there are various techniques. I am going to open my mailbox. Hope it is visible. Okay, Chitrali madam, can you tell me whether this email sent by you? You can see cancellation of scheduled ATAL FDP workshop session.
No, sir. No.
No. Okay. Now let us verify whether this is your email ID.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this email is sent from this email ID, chaitrali.chaudhary@ltc.in, to my email ID today at 7 p.m. So I don't have your password, but still I can like compromise your email ID, and then I sent an email that today's ATAL FDP is cancelled. You can check the signature, the style of writing, and all these things is similar to yours.
Yes, sir.
But this email is not originated from you. This
Right.
is what I created table. So this is what called as the phishing emails. So the phishing emails, they will change only mask. So there is a method to identify whether this email is correct or not. So this is one email ID that I am having, and then I will explain you how to identify the fake email and the phishing emails. So this is the fake email or the phishing email that I generated. Now we'll see the original email that's sent by you. This one. So this is the original email that you sent me. Same email ID, same things, your email ID, to, from, all the things. Subject line, everything is similar into that. Nothing is changed. Everything is like as it is. Now to identify which email ID is genuine or not, we need to click on this three dot top right corner, then go to the show original, the last option. And in the show original, you can see the various garbage characters. So do not bother about the garbage characters. Press Control F, that is find, and type FROM from, and hit the enter button 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is what I am receiving one particular IP address. So I'm visiting any website, the IP lookup, entering my IP address over here, getting the detail. Now moving on to the original, genuine one. So this is the genuine message. So again, I'm going to click on three dot, top right corner, then clicking on show original, then Control F, FROM from 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I received another set of IP address. So again, I am opening IP lookup and copying this IP address as well. Get the IP details. This is the original one. And so in the original one, you can see here the host name as mail.so.google.com. So obviously the email ID is from the college, but you are using the Google ID. Then Google IIC and all these details. Now the duplicate one, you can see here the data center, Hong Kong, and the host name is something Kazakhstan. It is from the Kazakhstan host name, and all these details are provided over here. So this is how you can identify the original one and the fake email ID. The third one is lateral movement. Now, third step, the lateral movement from IT to OT. So from IT network to the operational network, that is IT to OT. So they use the certain techniques, that is credential theft, the NTLM or Kerberos. So various tools are utilized. Then remote desktop tools, abuse of the remote desktop, so RDP, VNC, or share, GoToMeeting. All these remote desktop, they are installed by our hardware guys on our PC. सर कभी कुछ problem हो गया तो we can use it, or any desk. So all these tools, the free tools, they come up with certain open open doors, and that will be utilized and abused by the attackers. Then pivoting through misconfigured firewalls, then accessing engineering workstations connected to the substations, and this is how they enter inside from the IT network to the operational network. And the fourth step is manipulating the grid operations. That is the final stage. So once the SCADA system or the substation devices, they are compromised, the attacker can, they can open or close the breakers, they can overload the transformers, they can manipulate the relay setting, they can change the voltage setting, they can frequently bring the instability into the network, they can take the control of load dispatch center and the dashboard. So this is how they enter inside the Indian power grid stations, and then they manipulated all the operation of these particular things. So the various tools, so they are utilized, or it is used into all over the world, like Industroyer, then crash override for switchgear manipulation, then black energy. This tool is recently used against the Ukraine by the Russian hackers. Then Shadowpad, this is the malware variant. So mostly used in the against the India in 2020 and up to the 2023 on all the attacks on our power grid corporations. Now, this is what we conducted the case study, like how they initiated the attack on our power grid. Now, how criminal plan the attack. The cyber physical system attacked through the network, software, and hardware vulnerabilities. They use methods like data injection, SQL injection, SQLi. They use the denial of service attack to create the instability into the network so that a maintenance guy can open the system, or maintenance guy can try to connect the system to the open network to check the patches and all these things. And this is how they take the advantage. Then man in middle attacks. So in the man in middle attacks, whatever the communication you are sending from one base station to another base stations, and that packets can be captured and then it will be manipulated. Like replay and side channel attacks. So these are the some of the vectors or attack vectors utilized by the attackers to disrupt the physical processes, and they can exploit the weak access controls, the various insecure communication or flawed hardware and leading compromised data. So this insecure communication, I wanted to share one example. Heartland Payment Gateway System. This is the secure gateway system for processing all credit card and the debit card transactions. And the many attackers, they try to attack on Heartland Payment Gateway System. So they do have very strong firewall network, UTS, then IDS and IPS. Not only this, they do have the strong physical perimeter security as well. So this is under this particular protection, the Heartland Payment Gateway System is there. So it was like almost impossible to hack the Heartland Payment Gateway System. So one fine day, one attackers, he simply he tried many times to attack on the system, but he was not successful. That's why we decided to go towards the Heartland Payment Gateway System office, and he parked his car near to the compound wall of this Heartland Payment Gateway System. And then he observed that there is a Wi-Fi Wi-Fi range is there and some SSID is there. And he easily hacked that particular Wi-Fi, because the Heartland Payment Gateway System, they provided the Wi-Fi to all their employees who all are having the ubiquitous devices, their handheld devices. And to connect these handheld devices, a Wi-Fi network is provided. They do have very strong security for their servers, but they don't have any strong security provided for the access of the Wi-Fi network. And then attacker can easily, he was successful in cracking the Wi-Fi network, and then he enter inside the Wi-Fi network, which is connected to the main network of the company, and then through main network he enter into the payment gateway systems. So this is how the insecure communication channels and weak access controls provided the access into the highest and secure systems as well. So the weakest link is human, and all other devices handled by the particular humans. So the various ways the attackers attack on the cyber physical system is sorry is through the various the elements which are the part of the cyber physical system. So all these elements which is part of cyber system, one is sensor. So sensor can be compromised with the DOS, that is denial of service type of attack, because sensor is not only capable to sense the particular thing and then transmit that signal to the next level. This is what the bandwidth of the sensor is provided. Then in that particular case, if we can overload that sensor with a particular packet of data, a denial of service, the sensor will not be able to pass on the original data. So the sensor spoof, that is the DOS type of attack, is initiated. Then second element, which is a part of your cyber physical system, is the eavesdropping. So in the communication channels, so the communication channels, the various attacks that can be performed is the eavesdropping attacks. Then packet modification attacks. So whatever the packets which is transmitted from this communication channel can be in between captured, and then it will be modified. The values will be changed, and then again send it to the another system. a man-in-middle type of attack on a communication channels, a resource blocking attack, a particular resource is asking for particular thing which will not be provided. The third one is the actuators. So actuators, they are the they are the elements in the cyber physical system which will be performing a special task on the basis of the data or on the basis of the things which will be sensed by the sensors. So here the attack can be possible is the authentication attack. Now the part of this cyber physical system, you can see the orange one, the orange colored blocks, they are the physical part of the system, and the blue, navy blue color, they are the cyber part of the systems. So authentication failure attack can be initiated on the actuator, and the deadline miss attack. Then storage, the storage modification, data remnants, then SQL injection, this type of attack can be performed on the storage of the system. Then another element is the computing element, where information can be stolen, the enforced computing errors, the timing errors, all these things can be possible. So on all these elements of the cyber physical system. But before initiating any attack, the first step is the reconnaissance, that is identifying the weakest link and the weakest part into the cyber physical system. Now, let us understand the various common attack methods. So when we say the network-based attack, so in the network-based attacks, the one easiest type of attack that can be initiated, that is the denial of service attacks, the flooding the system with the traffic, and so that it will be unavailable to the legitimate users or the unavailable to the rest of the processes. So this is the safest way. If we are not if the attacker is not gaining any entry inside the network, then he can simply initiate the denial of service attack. In another type of attack on the network, that is eavesdropping. So listening in the communication channels to steal the confidential information. So tapping on the communication and then stealing the packets, and then trying to identify what sort of information will be communicated. Then replay attack, intercepting and transmitting the valid data to gain the unauthorized access later. And the fourth one is the man-in-middle attack, intercepting the communication between the two elements or the two parties, and then they will eavesdrop and potentially alter the various messages according to their own requirement. Then in the software-based type of attacks, the popular one is the data injections, that is SQL injection, injecting a false or malicious command into the system's control network. Zero-day attack means the attack never took place, and this is the very new attack. This will be utilized for exploiting the vulnerability that have not been disclosed to the public, so that the signature of that particular attack is not available, and your IDS and IPS system is not able to identify this particular attacks into the systems. The best example is Iran's nuclear stations. The Israel and America, they drafted a plan to restrict the Iran from creating the nuclear bomb, and to stop their activity, they drafted a plan to disrupt their operation with the help of one cyber. They created a malware. The name of that malware is Stuxnet, and they utilize this particular Stuxnet. So we are going to study this particular case study after this particular site. Then remote code execution. So gaining the ability to run the malicious code on a compromised device. Once you are getting the entry into the compromised device, then that will open the door for the master, or then it will be open the door for the controlling unit, and then controlling unit will perform the various tasks according to their wish. In hardware based attacks, so side channel attacks, so in this type of attacks, so involves the gathering and collection of the sensitive information just by observing the physical side effect of the hardware operations, such as power consumption, electromagnetic emissions, then fluctuation of voltage, the wattage consumption. All these things can be sensed and observed into that. Then resonance attacks. So it involves using a specific frequency to make the physical component to vibrate and uncontrollably and potentially cause the physical damage. So creating a high beam type of frequencies which will create the infinite vibrations, and that vibration will cause the physical damage, and this because of that physical damage all the things will be cracked or destroyed. Israel, they do have this type of resonance attack equipments that will destroy the various drones and then various type of small planes. They can be attacked with the help of the resonance attack. For that particular purpose, the Iran, what they did, so their nuclear power station, like nuclear stations, they kept under the ground 26 meter below the ground, and it is covered with the concrete wall of the 8 meter, so that any bomb or any explosives blown on that particular nuclear site cannot hamper their nuclear facility. So this is how they do. So we are going to see this example, the Stuxnet attack on Iran's nuclear program. So Iran chose the strategical location which is surrounded by the various hills from all the sides, so that no one can enter or reach easily. Only the aeroplanes and other things can utilize for reaching out that particular Iran's nuclear stations. And they do have they install all the anti-aircraft gun and all the things to protect that particular nuclear power station. So actual nuclear station is below the earth, like 26 meters inside the earth. They kept it inside, so that any bombing or any explosive cannot destroy their facility. So what exactly the Stuxnet? Stuxnet is the worm created by the scientists of Israel and America. So it is created by them, and they developed this because they try to stop and disrupt the operation of the Iran's uranium enrichment facility. So if they are able to enrich the sufficient amount of uranium, they will be able to manufacture their own nuclear bomb. So they wanted to disrupt it. And pouring the explosives or missile attack will not be fruitful, because Iran don't want it to be in direct conflict with the Israel. They don't want it to be direct in conflict with the Israel. So discreetly and secretly they created and drafted this weapon, and they devise a plan to develop a worm which will be able to disrupt the operation of all centrifugal pumps which will be utilized for the Iran's uranium enrichment facility. Now, to deliver that particular thing, because all this facility, the Iran's nuclear weapon facility and uranium enrichment facility, is located at Natanz, and this facility were air gapped. Air gap means they don't have any connection to the outer network. No outer network, only intranet is there. All the systems are connected with each other through their own network. Outer network, no internet, nothing is connected to their network. This is called as the air gapping. So this is the physical space between organization physical assets and the outside world. The Stuxnet, now they devise one plan, because they came to know that for running the centrifugal pumps which is used in uranium enrichment, the Iran is using the Siemens controller unit. And to the Siemens controller unit they're provided by the Siemens company. So the spies of the Iran, so they drafted a plan, because this is the air gap system, so it is not easy to enter inside the network. So what they did, they devised a plan that we need to create one malware, one program that will compromise the Siemens control unit, which will optimally control the pumps of centrifugal pumps, and they store it on a pen drive, and one spy who was working as a Siemens engineer. So he somehow get access into the nearby compound of that nuclear facility, and then he throw away the pen drive inside the compound. And someone found that pen drive, and then whatever the pen drive or USB drive they received, he simply plug into his computer. The moment he plug into his computer, the program that particular malware is programmed not to harm any computer or any application of the normal computer, and but it is like programmed to search the Siemens system. So this working involves the Stuxnet search each infected PC. So one PC to another PC, and they will create their own clone. So let us consider that Stuxnet is installed in PC number 1. So he will clone himself. One copy is here and another copy is sent to the another system. He will check whether this system is having Siemens software or Siemens Step 7 software loaded into that. If it is not, simply create one clone copy, and then one clock copy will be forwarded to the another connected PC or another connected machine. So this is how the Stuxnet search each infected PC for the sign of Siemens Step 7 software, which industrial computer serving uh, for as a programmable logic control PLC, and it will use to automate and monitor the electromagnetic equipment. So this is what they came to know through their intelligence sources. Iran is using the centrifugal pumps, and to control that centrifugal pumps, they are using the Siemens controller, and the Siemens controller is running on the Siemens Step 7 software. So once that Stuxnet found this software, it began updating its code and send the destructive instruction to the electromagnetic equipment which is controlled by that particular PC. They not only stop here, but what they did very smartly, at the same time, the Stuxnet sent false feedback to the main controller. So this is how the structure. So this is how the structure of the Natas nuclear enrichment facility. So you can see a control room is there. Control room is continuously monitoring the pumps. They are monitoring the centrifugal units. They are monitoring the water supply. They are monitoring the power supply. They are monitoring the communication. Now, this particular worm, the Stuxnet, enter inside the system. And what they did, they send all false signals to the control room. Everything is all right. And similarly, they damage all the particular things. They will change the system, they will power the centrifugal system and everything. But simultaneously, so they at the same time, they send a false feedback to the main controller, which means anyone monitoring the equipment would not realize anything was like abnormal into that particular system. And the equipment started the self-destruction. And this is how no one can identify that there is a malware or the worm installed into the nuclear facility of the Iran, and they started destructing the self-destructing of the centrifugal pumps. So this is the centrifugal pump facility, so which is used for the enrichment of the uranium, and so it is controlled by. So this is the actual view, and these centrifugal pumps are loaded, and they are controlled by this Siemens controller. The Siemens controller, they operate on particular frequency and particular RPMs, and this is how the centrifugal pumps, they are rotating themselves. The Stuxnet is programmed to rotate that pump in a high direction or high RPM. So the maximum limit to rotate the pump is 900 for the good enrichment of the uranium, but they started rotating that particular pump on a higher RPM, and then again bringing down to the lesser RPM, that is 2 RPM, 2 revolutions per minute, and then again putting into higher 1005, more than 1005 RPM. So this will keep damage all the centrifugal pumps, and Iran facility they started getting the failure messages. Key particular message, the centrifugal unit is failed and the pump is failed, pump is heated to optimum limit, and then it will damaged. So this way, uh, the Israel and America, they are successful in damaging their operation. So they damage the seamless controller and the centrifugal motors. So this is the way the Stuxnet virus, the Stuxnet worm, they are able to delay the Iran's nuclear facility after identifying the series of centrifugal pumps are failure in a day like 10, 20, and they started suspecting, but they didn't find anything because their system, the control system here, they are getting all the signals, all the parameters correct. They are getting all the centrifugal rotations, RPM, and like optimal RPMs. Water supply is proper. Power supply is also proper. The communication, the pumps, the health and the life, everything is proper. So it took like many days to identify that their system is manipulated, and then they shut down all the operations, and they shut down all the operations, and they stop the uranium enrichment facility. And this is how the Israel and America, they are successful in pushing the Iran 15 years behind into their making their nuclear bomb. One more example I wanted to share. This is the Navi Mumbai based company, the Select Control Turbe. And this is the case of insecure session management. So in this company is into the various switch control relays, the control units, SCADA, PLC. These are all electronic circuits manufactured at the Select Control manufacturing facility at the Turbe. Then one fine day, the Select Control, they launched the complaint at Turbe MIDC police station, and they said, "Ki sir, our program, that whatever the program we are doing on a PLC and the whatever the circuits, in electrical protection circuit, industrial automation circuits we are creating. So we do have EPROM over there, and these EPROMs are programmed here only, and we are unique in that particular field. And we found that our competitor is manufacturing and providing similar kind of industrial automation and process control units, and we sense that our data or our programs are compromised, and they are like somehow it is still." And then investigation started. The police department, they roped in our college into that, and then we started investigating. So they do have a system which is a very foolproof system, because whatever the programmers doing the programming on any particular whatever the the programmer or the electronics engineers, so whatever they're working on any particular systems, these particular systems are dumb terminal means the systems, they don't have any hard disk, they don't have any pen drive, USB port, they don't have any floppy drive, CD-ROM drive, nothing. So it is almost impossible to copy the data from the dumb terminal. So they will do the programming into the dumb terminal, and for the dumb terminals are connected to the server, and then from server only managers can download that particular data from the local system, and from that local system this data can be programmed into the EPROM or EPROM. So this is how the their system is there. So they do have insecure session management. So otherwise they don't, they are this Select Control is also air gap unit. Air gap unit means they are not at all connected to the internet. All the things are intranet, all the computers are dumb terminal. जैसे आप देखते हो टिकट, रेलवे टिकट खिड़की पे जो dumb terminal होते हैं, only monitor, keyboard, that's it. And one small box which is like identified as a CPU. They don't have any USB drive, they don't have any floppy drive, CD-ROM drive, nothing else. And then this is how they have insecure session management, and all these units are connected to the EEPROM programmer unit. And only the manager is having the right to download that particular EEPROM, that program, and then program the EEPROM. So this is what. So the session management, every person, the hierarchical person, the engineer, manager, team leader, they do have various access right according to their profile. And this is how they fail into making the insecure session management. So we are going to see, so insecure, due to this insecure session management, the one per programmer, he identified that okay, once the manager logged into one particular systems, so we can like again utilize his login without any entering any password or the credential. And this is how he take the advantage, and he copied all the programs, and then he left the company, he joined the competitor company, and then shared all these programs over there. So this is how this particular system is compromised because of insecure session management particular case. Now let us move on to building the robust cyber physical system. अभी तक हमने क्या देखा कि what is the cyber physical system, what are the application of cyber physical system. We also gone through the case studies where cyber physical system are compromised, and then now we are moving on to the building the robust cyber physical system. So to build a robust cyber physical system for the nation, we need to identify the certain blocks which will be vulnerable, and then we will provide the certain solutions. So in this session, you are going to learn the various solutions or the precautions that need to be taken care while building a robust cyber physical system. So in this CPS, so it is built on a various core components. Now in cyber physical system, the core components are sensors, actuators, the various processors, and they are connected by the network, and which is controlled and governed by the various programs or the algorithms. So in this cyber physical system, the key building blocks are, which include, you must have the layered architecture. The number of layers should be there, and number of layer will make sure that only access right is given to only particular persons over there. So layered architecture for managing the complexity, so that no one can directly enter inside the last layer. So only one layer of single tier architecture will be like vulnerable. If you have 2, 3, 4, 5 tier architecture, that will make sure ki, okay, you can have certain protection against the various attacks. So advanced analytics for intelligence decision making, that is utilization of the AI. So that we are going to see in the next slides. Strong security provision to protect against the fault and the attacks. So this is how, so the two major things are required. Now key considerations before we build, to key consideration before building the robust systems. The system must be reliable, the reliability. It must ensure the system perform consistently and dependably under the various conditions. So whatever may be the condition, it will perform reliably. Secondly, it should provide a real-time performance, managing the tight time constraint. So between the cyber and the physical world, because when we are considering the multi-layer system or multi-layer architecture, so we do have cyber layer, physical layers, and then again SCADA layer, security layers. So it will provide the real-time performance. Consistency, designing an architecture where all the components and communication paths, they must ensure that the system operated as intended, as according to the given time frame, according to the then cyber physical coupling security. So building resilience against both physical faults and cyber threats, which will protect the integrity of systems. So this is what now we know what to do. Secondly, we have certain consideration. Now we are going to see the core functional building blocks. So we already seen the core functional building blocks in this system is sensors, actuators, embedded processors, and the controllers. So they are playing an important role to process and execute the control algorithm, and they are the who one make the decision and send the command to the actuators. And the main important one is the communication channels, which will provide the infrastructure for the data exchange between the physical and the cyber components. And Also, this is the most vulnerable element into this particular cyber physical system, because the attacker first wanted to enter inside the IT network, and through IT network they wanted to enter inside the SCADA network or the PLC network. So this is what that's what we need to take care of, this IT network and the communication network. Now we already talk about the layered architecture. So we wanted to put or organize all these things into the multiple layers. So like the device, one is device layer, second one is the network layer, third one is the application layer, which will help manage the complexity, so that once someone is enter into one particular layer, he should be restricted towards that particular layer. He cannot damage the complete system and can take the control into that. So this will help us to manage the complexity, number one. Second one is it will help improve the scalability, because any system fails, it will not hamper other the operations, and also ensure the security. Then there is one more thing which is into the system is advisable, that is the 5C architecture. The 5Cs are, so which the any dynamic model, which include the first one is connection, C for connection, second one is conversion, third one is cyber, fourth one is cognition, and for last one is the configuration layer. This will help to guide the flow of data from raw sensing to the intelligent action. And when we are creating the multi layers, so it is very difficult to crack each and every layer for the attacker. Some of the intelligence system, that is we need to rope in the intelligence system into that, which involves the data analytics, the artificial intelligence, and the machine learning. So this machine learning will learn from the past readings, and they will know that okay, sensor one need only this type of data within this particular range. In any particular instance of time, the sensor is receiving the data beyond the limit or beyond the range that is learned by particular system. So they will immediately generate the alert, and they will immediately stop that particular operations. So this will save us the further damage. That is what considered into the intelligence system. They will detect the anomalies, and they will also predict the failure, like after how many cycle a particular sensor is generating an abrupt type of frequency or abrupt type of signal or abrupt type of reading. So they will predict the failure. Okay, after 100 reading, the sensor will generate the beyond the permissible limit reading, and this will predict the failure into that. Security and trust in that, it is very essential for the robust system, which includes secure component, data protection, anomaly detection, resilience against the natural faults, and all these things. And finally, the data management, whatever the things are there, the data which is stored, that a proper collection, storage, and management of the data is very crucial for the system performance. The network vulnerabilities, there are certain warning signs which we can receive in terms of network vulnerabilities. Then various safety concerns, the data security, and the integration issues when we are mixing the older system into the newer system. So we are going to see how the data is compromised with the help of SQL and other attack techniques. So data accuracy is hampered. The real-time decision making is hampered if we manipulate the data, which will lead into the errors and reliable technique. So there are certain malicious software which are designed to enter inside the network, such as Triton, Industroyer, then NotPetya, and then Stuxnet. They are showing very devastating impact on the critical infrastructure. Normally the attackers or the intruders, they search for unknown vulnerabilities into the system. So the various ways to search that vulnerability into the ICS software and hardware, so is through various mediums, which I already explained, through the various manuals and threat intelligence reports, and then they try to make the zero-day exploit type of things which will be there. Now we already given the emphasis on the data security. So how this data security is hampered with the help of SQL injections. So I wanted to show one demonstration like how attackers they are like identifying the system which is vulnerable over there. They use the Google Doc query and then initiate the SQL injection attack. So randomly, I asked the Google to show me the various login pages, and these login pages will try to like hack with the help of like SQL injection. And this is how they utilize the SQL injection. And they simply try an error on the various like platforms. Okay, so you can see very easily we are able to hack or enter in this particular system. So with the help of SQL injection. So similarly, we various systems are connected to the various courier websites. So this courier websites they are connected with their web, and this web is can easily compromise. And with the help of that particular web, uh, we can enter inside the courier tracking system and other system. And if your system is creating any error, so that error is also like helpful to understand the various vulnerability into your particular your system. So all these websites, they are like identified. There is one all-time courier and cargo. I will check. Last time we hacked this website, all-time cargo, and this website is connected to their system. So this particular website, so you can see on their website, you cannot find this login page, but with the help of Google Doc query, so we are able to identify and we are able to enter inside that particular system. And once you enter inside the system, so you can take, so this is IT, and then the IT is connected to their scanner and all these things, the courier tracking system, scanner system, parcel management system. So this will like help to enter inside any particular organization. So this is how we can like system can be enter inside any system. So we are going to move on to that. So just wanted to show the SQL SQL injection query. Another approach is the social engineering approach, where they are like utilizing various social engineering techniques to identify the passwords and to wanted to enter inside. So one of the popular is the shoulder surfing attack. Then they use the keyloggers and the various spywares. So the hardware, there are two types of like keyloggers. One is the hardware keylogger, and second one is the software keyloggers. Uh, Software keyloggers can be like dedicated software keyloggers, or you can have certain software keylogger. I will like to give the demonstration of browser based keylogger. So in this browser based keylogger, so whatever the keystrokes I am entering over here, so that will be like stored into the keylogger. So this particular keylogger is loaded, and it is not you're not able to identify this particular keylogger with the help of your antivirus. So now you can see whatever the things I enter over here is like captured by the browser. So these are the browser based keyloggers. So if I'm opening any website, Gmail, and then trying to log in with my email ID, my email @gmail.com. So whatever the keystrokes are there. So this particular nifty keylogger is like giving the all keystrokes. So this is the demonstration of the nifty keylogger. It is a browser based keylogger. So you can attach this keylogger as a browser extension, and that will capture all your keys, whatever you enter into that particular browser. Now, what is the solution? So all these like vulnerabilities and all these things are there. The solution is, one is to apply a strict bring your own device BYOD policy. So it will prevent the employees and contractor from bringing their own devices into the campus and then logging into the network. Implement strong technically password policy. Secure the computer networks with the latest patches. Apply easy backup and restore at every level, and then constantly monitor the processes. And then you must ensure all the devices are protected by comprehensive antivirus, because only your antivirus will work 24/7 to protect you against the hacker and latest trend. Okay, manual monitoring is also over there. So now in this building cyber protect system, so we identified certain vulnerabilities, and then what will be the solutions. So these are the solutions. So in SQL injection, you can check. So I am entering certain characters, one quotes or one is equal to one hyphen hyphen something like that. So if you can do the input validation in the input like window or input text field, then and you can make the policy that okay, the hyphen or the quotes or one, this is not permissible character for the login name or the password thing. That is what a whitelisting at the server side. Parameterize query or prepared statement. Store procedures not allowed. Then link if list privileges on database for application user. So those who are application users, they have very least and less amount of like privileges on the database. So these are the some of the protection mechanism and solutions for building the robust cyber physical systems. Another is broken authentication and session management. I shared the example of the select control, where this is a very major problem. The many organizations, they do have very strong and robust physical infrastructure and network to protect their physical perimeter and the security, but they don't have like proper authentication and session management. So for that purpose, enable password recovery via resets only. Do not deliver the password. Forgot password kar diya, and forgot password mein if it is delivering your password, autocomplete turn off, encrypted authentication session cookies, session management should be there. Then allot a randomized session ID. session expiry, add the timeout. After 10 minutes, session must be expired. If someone forgot to sign out from the account, automatically, जैसे आपके बैंक के account है, net banking account, all the net banking account, if you don't touch 5 to 10 minutes, it will be automatically log off from the session expiry. Validate the session before and after login. Then destroy the session after logout. Authentication guideline. Authenticate via secure socket layer. So these are all like measures that you need to take to so that you can save from the broken authentication, because the attacker, they are attacking first on a IT layer. पहले आईटी पे हमला करेंगे, उसको कॉम्प्रोमाइज करेंगे, एंड देन दे आर गोइंग बियॉन्ड टू द स्काडा लेयर. Cross-site scripting. So here the cross-site scripting input and output validation, use the whitelisting at the server side. The output encoding may you can use all the character which is used into your HTML code. Like cross-site scripting library, use it for the .NET if you are having the .NET application. JSOAP if you are using the Java. Use the inner text property instead of inner HTML. Protect the data with HTTP only cookies. And also use the request validation from web.config. So I want to share this cross-site scripting example. This is the website of acer.co.in. Acer computer की website है, which I found one vulnerability into their website. The vulnerability is like that. Whenever you open the service center, so the service center, they are providing the name here. You can see the Pondicherry written over here. If I can edit that Pondicherry and write any other city name, if the city is there into their list, they will show the city name. Also, if they are taking the input from the user, I can enter the HTML code into the code. So now you can see, so I enter the HTML code, and that HTML code is listed over here. So I made the changes into their website. The changes are, these are the changes. The website is hacked by ethical hackers. These are the changes I made. I wrote one code into HTML, and that code is displayed, code is pasted into this URL. And in this way, I can take the control of their website and list. This is what reflected, not a server side of like thing. Again, I can put my iframe over here. I can put the iframe, and in that iframe, I can put the any like application or the website over there, and then copy that particular link and then shorten that URL, and that URL will be broadcasted someone else. And in this is where the cross-site scripting attack can be taken place. Another one is the insecure direct object reference. So solutions for that insecure direct object reference is input validation by whitelisting server side. Direct object reference to be eliminated, replaced with temporary.
Excuse me,
Verify
sir.
the request mode.
Sir,
Huh.
the cross-site scripting you have shown on acer.co.in. Sir, this could be ethical or unethical now, like from
Yeah.
administrator
If
point
it,
of view. Yeah. I would
yeah,
like to know
it is
that.
it is unethical if you are
Ah.
not informing them,
Ah.
and it is ethical if you are informing them. So when we observe this vulnerability, we inform the acer.com, and the Acer, they now you can check it is not possible on a Acer website. So we immediately inform the Acer that this is the cross-site scripting vulnerability exists on your website, and then they rectified that particular thing. And in return of that, they send us some gift voucher as well, because we identified and informed their vulnerability.
Okay.
Then another one is the file upload best practices. That's why I showed you the screenshot, not the actual demonstration, because they now rectified this. The file upload, whenever you are providing any file upload facility, so the validation should be like there are certain guidelines that need to be like followed. So these guidelines to be followed so that you can lessen the chance of spreading the malware. Someone can like attach a malware to any PDF file or any file, and then it will be uploaded on their website. The moment it is uploaded on a website and a server, it will be directly started opening and will damage the server. And also one more like care to be taken while you are providing any upload operation. The file should not be uploaded into the web root directory. the location shouldn't be the system drive, like it will be the different directory or the different location, so that it will not directly get the access to the server components. One more thing, while we are initiating the attackers, when they are initiating the attack on various websites, sometimes the websites, they are not like cracking, but they will develop an error. The error report they are developing, and then you can see the error. The error in line number, this ASP code number, this something like that, and this will give the like very valuable information to the attacker. So if you don't have the proper error handling, then you are ending up providing the very valuable information. So to handle that, the structure exception handling should be there. A fail-safe general error message for the end user. No debug mode in the production should be there. No like stack traces. Keep the logs safe and confidential even when they are backup on a server side. So this is what the care should be taken. A sensitive data exposure. Store only salted password digest, not a plain text password. So whatever the password you are storing, it should not be stored as a plain text. It should be salted, encrypted one. Encrypt the configuration file as well, because configuration file, when someone can get the access to the configuration file, they can do anything. Use the secure socket layer when transmitting the credential. Protect the appropriate mechanism, and all these things are taken care when you are like dealing with the data exposure. Missing function level access control. So the various like guidelines which need to be given over there. The important one is the restrict the access to the authenticated users only. So it should be a role based access. Now, like in summary or in gist, we can see to build a robust cyber system, physical system. So we say it should be into the multi-layer. जितने ज़्यादा layer होंगे, जितना अच्छा होगा. In application layer, so the application layer. So these are the something that you can do, and the something which you cannot do is listed over here. That is zero trust access and continuous monitoring on your with the help of your security operations center. In the control and decision layer, which involves the controller, RTOs, PLCs, and AI algorithm, firmware like signing. In SCADA network, encryption for TLS and DTLS, VPN network segmentation should be used. Physical access layer, safety interlocks and predictive maintenance should be there over there. Now, in overall all these operations, so what is the role of AI in securing the cyber physical system? So we need to use the techniques such as machine learning for anomaly detection in sensor data, because the sensor is sending the continuous data and they have certain range limit over there. Okay, from this range to this range, the data is there. And you train your system, okay, sensor 1 is sending the data in this particular range, sensor 2 is sending that data. And based on that, the machine learning algorithm will work. A deep learning will understand the various pattern, and reinforcement learning for adaptive decision making. So immediately if they found that okay, particular sensor is not functioning properly, delivering the different kind of like range of data, immediately they can reinforce it. The example is in smart grid, AI can detect abnormal voltage fluctuations. So if we have AI to put into our electricity grid operations, so AI can detect the abnormal voltage fluctuation, unauthorized control commands, sudden communication delays, and all these things. AI can monitor PLC command pattern, human machine interface action, timing anomalies, the command frequency changes, and this will use to prevent the Stuxnet like attack. Because Stuxnet, what they are doing, so they are not only changing the parameter and sending the wrong signal, but also sending the signal to the control unit that everything is all right. So the AI can like useful into that particular like situation. The CPS system can face physical tampering. So not only digital, the physical tampering is also possible. Someone can utilize the high frequency radiation, and then that will result into the breaking the component, or someone like entering anything or physically damaging something. So AI powered video analytics can detect the unauthorized entry into the premises. Tampering with the sensors, if someone is tampering or touching any particular restricted area. safety violations, abnormal operator behavior, and useful in power plants, chemical plants, and manufacturing units. So this is what like CPS system, the use of AI powered video analytics. So in conclusion, to build the robust cyber physical system, it requires a holistic approach which will secure every layer: the physical devices layer, the sensors layers, the communication network layer, the control logic layer, and high level application. Now, by understanding the like very unique vulnerability at every stage, and to understand that unique vulnerability, we can utilize the machine learning and artificial intelligence into that. So it will be applied to various like techniques at every stage. These include encryptions, redundancy, secure firmware, multi-sensor validation, zero trust access. So the organization, they can significantly enhance and reliably, safely, resilience, and critical systems. The well, when we wanted to design a like CPS, it will not only like withstand or sustain the cyber attacks and the physical attacks, but also ensure the continuity into the operations. Whatever the attacks and physical things are, it will like observed or it will absorb, but it will keep the other operation continuous, support the national security infrastructure, and that will enable the intelligent decision making with the help of AI and driven analytics. So finally, the robustness, which is achieved when technology, security practices, real-time monitoring work with to create a system that is secure and adaptive and trustworthy. This is what required a collective, collaborative, multi-layer architecture approach is required whenever we wanted to like save any particular system. So in this cyber spy attack, so due to like security constraint, I cannot like disclose the more detail, but this is also a CPS type of attacks, the cyber physical system attack, because the Navy base station is located at Uran, Karanja, and where our BrahMos missiles are like kept over there under the ground. So BrahMos missiles and the Marcos commando unit, and all these missiles are controlled by the various CPS systems. And to like gain the entry inside that particular things, the cyber spy, the Pakistani spy, they try to manipulate the first is the weakest link is the person. They manipulated the mobile phones of the various officers, and they try to enter inside the system. So this is what I can share with this cyber spy attack on an Indian Navy officer. So we help them to identify the infected devices, then quarantine it, and then provide the remedy to protect themselves from the further cyber spy attacks. So this is all about like building the robust cyber physical systems. So thank you so much for like listening my lecture, like because I am sitting you and your dinner, and it is very difficult in the empty stomach to listen the various lectures. So thank you so much. Thank you, Lokman Tirak, the organizers, the coordinators, the principal of the LTC, for giving me an opportunity to deliver the lecture on this particular topic.
Thank you very much, sir. So participants, if you or you can ask, you can talk or you can ask. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
I'm audible. Okay.
Sir, thank you very much. It was such an inspirational lecture, and we didn't miss single word. Throughout an hour or more than that, we were listening to your lecture. Thank you so much.
Yes,
My
yes.
pleasure. Thank you.
Same are the feelings for most of the participants, and you have explained it very contents were very good and very relevant, and the flow was such that everyone was engaged in listening that, and you explained it very well. Means the core building blocks, it may be your all the vulnerabilities, various types of attacks, and how to make the robust systems, and the real life case studies which you have explained, the mail attack example or various examples you have quoted from the national level or international level. So all of them, everything which was connected to the real world incidents, and hence they were more relevant and more engaging. So everyone was totally engaged in that. It was really very good and very eye opening talk. And the title means to build the robust system for the national cause. You have literally contributed to that. Many experts you have mentioned, and at the last also you have given all the insights where you have contributed, and you have done a lot work towards that. So that is your actual experience which was there, and also your study, and that is an art to present everything in such a manner to the audience. That was also very great. So it was a very nice experience for all of us, sir. Thank you very much. It was really a very good session.
Thank
So if there are no queries from the participants, we can end the session here. Feedback link is already shared. You can give the feedback, and I thank all the participants, as well as once again I will thank Prashant sir from LTCE, as well as from both the departments, CSC as well as CSCIML, as well as Computer Engineering department. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.